and welcome to a new episode of CTW Global Talks. And in this episode today, we're going to talk about very interesting and important topic, which is Fintech and Green Finance. So to address this topic, we have someone who is a chartered accountant, and he is very qualified, having 16 years of experience in banking and finance. And currently, he's working as head of finance in World Bank Board project. He's AI fanatic and aspire for financial inclusion. So without any further delay, let me welcome Mr. Karim Bux to our show, CTW Global Talks. Hello Karim, and welcome to our show, CTW Global Talks, and we are very excited to have you here on the show.
Thank you, Shweta, and equally excited to be here.
Okay, Karim, so let's start our discussion. And before we start our show, I think it's a very important thing which I ask everyone basically. It's about the journey. So here, I'm going to ask you about your journey and what made you decide that I want to go in this industry and I want to become an expert in fintech.
So my background is, I come from a very humble background. I'm from a middle-class Pakistani family. So I have struggled with financial inclusion and financial needs my entire life. That's what made me choose chartered accountancy. I then pursued my CA and then I started my professional journey with Ernst & Young. I was also in Dubai for a majority of my time, so I just loved the vibe, and the city had much to offer. Then I joined the World Bank project. I've been here for 10 years. I'm now general manager of finance. I'm also the company secretary. I'm reporting to the board. So everything is happening quite smoothly. But then I came across a course which told me to expand my comfort zone. I was having a very good comfort. So I enlisted myself in the MBA program of a top university in Pakistan, in Karachi. And my specialization in MBA is in fintech and digital marketing. So that's what ignited the passion for it. I'm a numbers guy, so I'll just throw some numbers your way. So fintech sector is now 2% of the global economy, and estimated revenue is about to increase by $1.5 trillion, 6 times by 2030. So even otherwise, the fintech space in India, in Pakistan, in Asia Pacific, they are expected to grow at a CAGR of 28%, 26%. So it's a no-brainer. This is where the world is headed. The digital mobile wallet market size is now which was valued at US $1 trillion in 2019, is predicted to reach to USD $7.5 trillion by 2027. So it's just the world is moving to more fintech-based products and fintech-related things. So what made me excited is the benefit it gives of financial inclusion, and how easy it is to include the underserved population into the fintech space, into the financial space. So that's where my passion comes from. Professionally, I'm a chartered accountant, as I told you, but my MBA helped me ignite this passion. So now I want to take it forward. I've been looking for applications within my company. I've been helping some businesses and some entrepreneurs, giving them ideas to set up some fintech space, mainly fintech, and AI comes in later. So fintech is like the map, which is for financial inclusion. AI is like a car; it can get you there. So it's like a tool that you use for financial inclusion. So and people are still learning how to use that car. So it's sometimes you take this. One model is coming, and then and the glimpse of another is ready to come. It's just moving very fast. Sometimes it's hard to take note of.
Right.
So that's my journey. That's what inspired me. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Karim, for sharing your journey with us. And it is indeed a very, very rich, interesting journey. And let's move on, because you have shared your journey with us. So now I know that you are very well versed into a fintech industry, and you of course know very much about AI. So AI is a current topic, current trend, and everybody in this world, they are taking their part of share from AI. So can you also tell us like how AI is changing things in different parts of the world, including let's specifically we have to talk about in fintech.
So before coming to your question about AI, Shweta, I'd like to reflect on how fintech is changing the things in the perspective, the financial perspective in the underserved population. Like for example, let's take the example of Pakistan, around 230 to 250 million people, and 64% of the population is under 30 years old. So they have a genuine demand for a convenient digital financial services. They're just eager to be financially included, right? So, but because of the documentations and all these things, despite having 80% of the financial services being provided by the banking sector, only 15% of the population had access to financial products because of limited access, lower financial literacy, etc. So that's where the Pakistan's biggest success story in financial inclusion comes, which is Easy Paisa, which is an app which is created for P2P and online payment gateways. Um, so when it came around a decade ago, it what it did was it solved two problems. It made registration to the banking sector easier by allowing everyone to which has a mobile SIM to just go ahead and open an M wallet with the app, and it took the suppliers and the vendors on board, and the normal shopkeepers of your street. They became the banks they became the agents, and they were doing the banking services. So as a result, in 2022, Easy Paisa has registered 200,000 agents and 11.3 million wallet users, 1.4 billion transactions around valuing to 19 billion US dollars, and it's now on the way to become a digital bank. So it's no brainer how simplifying the processes has made financial inclusion. And this is the success story for Pakistan. There are similar patterns for Kenya, Philippines, and also I think probably India as well, and PayPro, PayPal, etc. They have just revolutionized the way payments are being made. So coming to the AI, what AI does is it eases the availability of fintech solutions. How? Because it's able to customize these based on AI-driven data and analytics of those, and predicting the behavior of the customers and reducing the transaction costs further. It's very appealing. So whatever due to these jobs, the customers are attracted by an appropriate supply of suited products which are for untapped segments. For example, an AI can predict that if you are a farmer and you would be having the needs for financial inclusion in the crops to come, it can then offer you customized solutions based on your needs and based on your profile, based on your consumption behavior, your consumption patterns, your investment patterns, your saving patterns. So this is how AI is revolutionizing. AI is actually helping the things. I'll talk about some of the AI-based products in Pakistan, which is Finja, SadaPay, Abhi is a platform all of these are digital wallets, payment gateways, lending platforms for P2P. P2P lending, which was worth $3.5 billion in 2013, is expected to rise to USD 1 trillion in 2025. So, and P2P lending, AI is helping tremendously in that. It is just doing all the regulatory tracking, all the supervisory tracking, everything is done by AI. So this just paving way for ease of availability of fintech solutions, as I said earlier.
Right. So indeed, AI is helping. like everyone in every part of the world and industry. And moving on, I want to deep dive more into this conversation and understand green finance, basically. So, can you first tell us what is green finance, and then after, like, how AI is playing this major part in green finance, and especially in Islam and all this part of area. What's new in this era?
Okay, great. So your question is in three parts. I'll try to answer it in three parts. So number one is, what is green finance? Green finance is a loan or investment that promotes environmentally positive activities. For example, the purchase of ecologically friendly goods or services, or construction of green infrastructure, or something which is directly related to preserving of the ecosystem. So whenever the companies tend to do that, be it the corporates, be it the governments, uh, the funds required for those are arranged through green finance schemes, sustainable finance. Specifically in Islamic finance regions, there are sukuks which are issued to the public, and the public subscribes based on the narrative of making the world a better place. So that's green finance for you. AI is using Islamic finance very recently. So, the in Islamic finance, I believe that Malaysian and Indonesian companies, and then obviously followed by Dubai and Saudi, they are the pioneers in the applications of Islamic finance. So, a recent paper established by, a recent paper published by a Malaysian university stated that AI's application Islamic finance are into five functional groups. So it's taking over the front office, which is the credit scoring, and the chatbots which interact with the customers. It's taking over the middle office, which is the KYC requirements, the fraud detection, the investment sentiment analysis, and the back office, which is risk management, asset management, wealth management. It's all being done through AI applications. Of course, it is supported by regulatory technology, Sharia compliance, and regulatory supervision. I'll give you an example. There's an emerging concept of AI-based Sharia digital advisory, which is often referred to as Sharia robo advisor. You can say it's like a companion to a mufti. So what it does is that, for example, if there's a question of whether a product is Islamic or not, so these smart muftis actually evaluate the sources of Sharia, and then they provide recommendations. They have a huge library of the previous fatwas and the core Islamic sculptures, and then based on those they give the advice. And they have applications already in zakat advisory, in Islamic inheritance laws, in investment advisory. So they're not. So what happens is they're not supposed to replace humans. They're just functioning as companions to expedite their work or to make their work easier. I'll give you some example. Um, just Bank ABC Bahrain launched Fatima, which is an AI-driven digital human employee, the world's first digital human, and it's engaging with customers using AI-powered digital brain, offer personalized customer services. A subsidiary of Bank Islamic Malaysia has launched a multi-currency Sharia and ESG compliant equity fund. The fund uses AI to power the entire investment process. And there's also Sulfa, which is a product, fintech product offered by Saudi Central Bank, and which offers online cash funding applications. So with the use of AI and machine learning, you can get your loan processed and deposited into the bank account within 15 minutes. So how amazing is that? And Kuala Lumpur-based group has also hired robo advisors. It's the name of it goes by the name of Algebra. So it allows you to invest up as minimum as $1,000, and it gives you financial advice, all based on AI, and a financial advice for high quality asset and high performing bonds and high quality asset management solutions, which are Sharia compliant. So AI is it's very exciting to be in these to learn about these products.
Interesting. It's quite interesting. So, Karim, I just move ahead one step ahead and ask you that since we have established about our green finance and Sharia principles. So, can you share some examples, some stories about people succeeding in green finance?
So probably the biggest beneficiaries of green finance initiatives have been the governments and the large corporations, which are harnessing AI and optimizing ESG adhering portfolios. How are they? They're using AI for the initial screening of investments and then tracking them for pollution control, renewable alternatives, and continuous oversight of environmental laws. So, for example, there was a sukuk offered by the Malaysian government, which was based on the principles of Tawarruk by the name of Prihatin, which had an initial size of 500 million Malaysian ringgits. But then it was allocated on a first come first served basis, and would you believe it was oversubscribed by 33% at a modest return of 2%. But it was based on a green initiative, and it was driven by the national sentiment of COVID rehabilitation. It was launched during the time of COVID. So, and it was based on using those funds for medical supplies, vaccines, etc., etc. So the entire nation just chipped in. Another one is Malaysia has been held as the market leader here again, with the issuance of a green sukuk bond worth USD 250 million for the construction of a solar energy platform. And in 2017, again, a year later, Indonesia came in and it issued the world's first sovereign green sukuk amounting to $1.25 billion, which was aimed at spending and utilizing it for reducing its national emissions. Also, we'll talk about corporations. The issuance of $600 million sukuk by Etihad Airways for the transition of airline towards zero emissions. And also, very recently, in 2020, Saudi Electric Company has also issued a $1.3 billion sukuk, with the same objective for zero carbon emissions. So these are the success stories for green finance initiatives. I think they are very prolific and very huge when it comes to numbers, and because they are driven by public sentiments of having a greener planet.
Karim, indeed, these are the very good example of success story which you have shared with us in green finance. And I would like to take up our discussion and talk more about this topic, but we have very limited time in our hand. So of course, you being our previous speaker for CTW Global, we definitely look forward to have you on board this year also. So we will definitely continue our conversation for our audience. And this is for our audience. If they are hearing this podcast, if you're hearing this podcast and you have any question related to fintech, Islamic finance, or green finance, please drop your questions, your queries in the comment box, and I'm sure Karim will be very, very happy to answer them to you. Right, Karim?
I'm looking forward to the comments from your listeners, and I'm looking forward to areas of recommendations, areas of collaborations. It's a really exciting field, and just can't wait to collaborate more on that and to probably learn a lot, because every day the things are changing, the landscapes are evolving. So just want to be a part of this educational journey.
Thank you so much, Karim, for being part of this show. And for the audience, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel so that you can get the maximum and latest update of our podcast. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in this next episode of CTW Global Talks. Thank you, everyone.